For the record, my name is Jenna Wallace. I am the Lincoln County District Attorney. I've thought a lot about what I want to say in the next 3 minutes in an attempt to describe what I've experienced internally over the past 9 months as the District Attorney. 3 minutes is not long enough to give you an overview of the challenges I have faced and the roadblocks I have met. I wonder daily when I will stop paying for the sins of my predecessor, when I will be recognized and respected by you as the elected District Attorney of Lincoln County, when I will be given true latitude to make decisions for my office that have no budgetary impact, when your employees will stop signing documents on my behalf without my knowledge, when my emails will not be monitored by Human Resources or County Council, and when $34,000 will not be secretly deducted from my budget. To be honest, I don't know if that day is coming. You have allowed Kristen Yule and David Collier to block me, stop me, control me, threaten me, and attempt to silence me. And when I raised concerns about
Excuse me, District Attorney Wallace, but the guidelines for public comment specifically call on for no personal attacks.
Okay.
I just want you to be aware of that.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay.
And when I raised concerns about how I was being treated and the unethical conduct I was observing, instead of taking my concerns seriously and investigating the conduct, I was ignored, then dismissed and told by your Director of Human Resources that if I did not stop voicing my concerns, I would be investigated. Your personnel rules devote pages to whistleblower protections that mean nothing in practice as applied to me or employees in my office. Commissioner Miller is the only person who has repeatedly sought transparency and equality in policy and procedure for all Lincoln County employees, including elected officials. He has requested your board meet in executive session to discuss and address these concerns and has repeatedly been ignored. And when his requests for executive sessions didn't work, Commissioner Miller raised questions publicly and was immediately ostracized and villainified in an attempt to silence him from uncovering the truth. I recognize that you don't know me, and it's easy to think the worst of me when you are surrounded by an individual who has been unable to let go of the tumultuous relationship that predated my appointment. You probably have no idea why I became a prosecutor or why this career is so important to me. So I would like to take a minute to give you some insight into me. When I was 3, a federal search warrant was executed on my home, and it was discovered that my biological father was involved in an international child pornography crime ring. When I was 7, he was arrested again for sexually abusing one of my close friends. I can still recall naively playing video games while he let a 7-year-old into his bedroom. I couldn't even tell you the excuse he told me to normalize this behavior. Additional victims came forward, and he spent essentially the rest of his life in prison. I knew in high school I wanted to do something with my life.
Again, District Attorney Wallace, I'm sorry to interrupt again. That's the 3-minute time.
Additional victims spent essentially the rest of his life in prison. I knew in high school I wanted to do something with my life to protect children, to protect the children that I was unable to protect when I was a child. And I often think about how blessed I am that God has put me in this position, to be a voice for vulnerable children and to hold predators accountable for their conduct. And maybe, just maybe, protect another innocent child or adult from being victimized. You might not understand that every time you allow others to interfere with my office and allow them to assert their power over me, you don't hurt me. You hurt your employees. You hurt this community. You hurt crime victims. Because every time I have to stand up for myself, my office, and my employees, it is time that I am not advocating for the victims and citizens of Lincoln County. I have come to terms with the fact that there is nothing I can do to change the culture of Lincoln County until 2 of the 3 commissioners decide that the current status quo is unacceptable. Ultimately, you don't answer to me, you answer to the citizens of Lincoln County. And you can leave this meeting and choose to look the other way and allow the concerns I have raised to remain beneath the shadows, or you can seek the truth and investigate the repeated conduct I have requested to be investigated on 3 separate occasions over the past 5 months. As for me, I have done everything within my power to speak out and fight against the corruption in your county council's office and human resources department, and I am tired of fighting for accountability and transparency when it is not a priority of 2 of the 3 of the former Board of Commissioners. I am hopeful that with Commissioner Chuck joining the board that things will change and the majority will be in favor of seeking the truth, not covering up the corruption. I know by speaking today, I am risking further retaliation, but I am not scared of Kristen Yule or David Collier, and I will not be controlled or silenced by either of them.
Okay, we're at about 5.5 minutes now. Thank you for your input and.
Chair Hall, I have 5 more sentences. I would
Okay,
request
go ahead.
additional time.
Go ahead, please.
If you choose to do nothing, I have no doubt that I will be investigated and your employees will publish the predetermined results that satisfy their goal to deflect from their own unethical behavior. But I want you to know that I'm not going anywhere. I will not be run out of office or pressured to resign. I will continue to show up every single day and advocate for the victims of Lincoln County, because that is what the victims of Lincoln County deserve, and that is what the people of Lincoln County elected me to do. Being an elected official is not about the power or the title or the photo op. It's about seeking truth and justice in the face of adversity. It's about putting others' needs above your own self-serving interests. It's about doing the next right thing, regardless of the circumstances or personal consequences. Regardless of the adversity that I will face, I will continue to do the next right thing, regardless of the personal cost. My question for you is, will you? Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your input. And as I think everybody's aware, but I'll just restate, it is custom and practice of the board not to respond to public input immediately, but if individual commissioners or we as a body decide that response is appropriate, that would happen at this point. All right, at this point then, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thanks, everybody.